to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Sorry. Start again.
Mate, you want to show the face?
It's this look, it's the hair, it's messed up.
Yeah, you know what I want to hear.
You ready, mate? Bam, bam, bam. Right, let's do it, Aqib. And every time I try and start this. You ready? Let's go. Ready? Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm with Aqib Fiaz here in Liverpool ahead of his tough. You got a tough fight against Dean Dodge here. But how? First and foremost, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. Alhamdulillah, blessed, to be on a big card again. Active, fighting regularly. So yeah, I'm glad.
What do you know of Dean Dodge then? Like I think I seen him out in Bolton, one of the white shows a few years back. Decent fighter, especially for somebody like a young fighter like yourself who's coming up. Great test for yourself. And I think he's only lost against two very, very good opponents. So, like I say, what do you make of Dean Dodge?
Yeah, it's a good opponent and a good win for me at this stage in my career. Good test, like you said. But yeah, I've seen little bits of him, but I don't really watch too much. I leave that to Jamie and Nige, to sort of pick sort of things that we're going to work on and look at exploiting. And yeah, I'm confident going in there on Saturday night.
You mentioned that you're blessed to be in another big show here, an Eddie Hearn show, Matchroom show here in Liverpool. When can we see you headlining a show similar to this? I mean, you're still only 23-year-old, but you're undefeated, and you've got a style which is the fans love. So, okay, when will we see you headlining a show similar to this?
You know what? That's a great point. I think definitely in the near future, I would like to be at least next gen shows, headlining there. I feel like I've a great fan base in and around Manchester and Oldham. Got a couple hundred travelling up on Saturday. I had 100 or so over in Abu Dhabi. So, they follow me everywhere we go, really. So it'll be great to sort of bring a big show like this back home, somewhere local. And yeah, I think it'd have to be the right fight as well to get everyone there and get everyone hyped up and excited for the show. Yeah.
Well, I'll throw a name at you. I know when you ask a fighter who's got a fight coming up, they're not looking past their opponent on Saturday night. Clearly, you've got a job to do. But as a human being, as a fighter, you must be looking into the future and thinking, I want him. I would like to headline there. I'd like to fight in Vegas one day, maybe. But can I throw a name at you? Kugan Cassius interviewed young Campbell Hatton this afternoon at the hotel. He brought up your name. Now, when I'm looking at it, both from Manchester area, all right, both young, both undefeated, all going well Saturday night. One's red, one's blue. It sells itself.
Yeah, of course. It's a big fight that a lot of people are talking about at the moment. They see us on the same shows all the time, see our faces on the posters and stuff. So yeah, they are going to talk about it. It's a fight that that I think it's definitely going to happen. In the future, as long as we both keep winning, obviously. And yeah, it's a fight that I'd take, no problem. I take it next. I don't care who I fight. I fight anyone. So yeah, it's a great fight. And Ricky was a Manchester legend, someone that I looked up to and watched growing up. Actually, someone that got me into boxing. And it'd be great to have that fight, back in Manchester. Headlining a bill like you said. And I think we could do that in the near future. Yeah.
I mean, you're both ticket sellers as well. You can both shift a ticket. You mentioned headlining the Next Gen show. Do you think you against Campbell Hatton for maybe an English title or something along them lines, headlining the Next Gen show, does that suit you? Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I think, it sounds good. But obviously, these questions aren't for me, really. These are for the promoters, the managers, and the matchmakers, really. But yeah, no problems with that fight.
I've got to ask, obviously, he is at lightweight, you are super featherweight, but where are you most comfortable? I mean, when you look at the two divisions and you look at that world level, I mean, it doesn't matter where you go, there's dangerous fighters in both divisions, so where are you most suited and where do you think you're most comfortable at?
Well, I'm still growing, I'm still only young, so we're just sort of seeing where I fit in at the moment. But like you said, if that fight presents itself at lightweight, there's no problem taking that fight.
If you look into, obviously, Campbell Hatton fight aside, but you've been a busy fighter, you're fighting all these shows, you're getting your name out there, you mentioned Dubai. Looking to the tail end of this year, where would you like to see yourself?
Hopefully start picking up some domestic titles or some sort of titles. I'm 10-11-0 on Saturday, inshallah. And I think I'm ready for that now. I've had 3 8-rounders. This will be my 4th on Saturday. So, ready to step up to 10 rounds and start picking up some hot titles, hopefully, yeah.
When you look at your gym as well, you've got a gym that's is buzzing at the moment. You've got Jack Carroll, who's proven that he's world level. Hopefully he gets a big fight with the falling through with the Josh Taylor fight. I'm hearing Regis Progress in the pipeline. Now, I don't know what you know, but I'm just saying what I'm hearing. And for me, when I look at Jack Carroll against Regis Progress, is an amazing fight. You've got Chantel Cameron calling out Katie Taylor, and Katie Taylor, which I've never seen before, call out Chantel Cameron, say, "I'll accept the fight, let's do it." So right now the gym is buzzing. How much energy do you get from all this sort of good energy in the gym right now?
Yeah, it's great to be in them sort of camps, and the reason I'm smiling at you is because I just want to say, I told you so, didn't I? I did, didn't I? Do you remember? And Jack's, we've known in the gym for a long time that Jack's that level and how good Jack really is. And hopefully Chantel, she's shown how good she is. She's shown she's, world level. She's undisputed world champion now. But I think with this fight with Katie Taylor, she really gets to cement her legacy as one of the greats in British boxing, for the women. And hope to God for her sake that the fight does happen, because it's massive and it's sort of life changing for Chantel. And she's such a hard worker, honest hard worker in the gym all the time. She deserves it.
Talk about Jack then. If he does get this Regis Progress fight, he deserves another big fight. How do you see that fight panning out? Because Regis is a very, very dangerous. He's a well, lack of a better word, a killer up at 140. How do you see that fight panning out?
That's an amazing fight. A fight that I think the whole boxing world would be interested in. I think it's up there with sort of like, it's probably one of the biggest fights.
See a tank type thing.
Yeah, sort of thing. Yeah, it's definitely 2 slick, dangerous southpaws that can bang. And two of the best in the division for me. Maybe 1 and 2. So yeah, it's a great fight and something that I think Jack deserves now. Jack's ready, to pick his world title up. He more than deserves it. Everyone saw that last time, so it'll be a great fight, and I look forward to it. Yeah.
Back to you then. You can't take your eye off the ball Saturday night. We've seen people that take their eye off the ball and looking at the future slip up. That's not going to happen on Saturday night for yourself. So what is going to happen on Saturday night?
I think I look good. I think you're going to see another. I think last time out was probably my best performance, but that was through activity and being in the ring, and that's continuing. So hopefully, you should see an even better performance, more improved. And I'd say I'd stop him, but I don't stop anyone. So, but
you've not had to stop it yet. But listen, what do they say? They say like, as long as you're a fit boy, you can get the rounds in. But you think like the championship rounds, maybe that 10 and 12 rounds, that because you do break your opponents down, you do hurt them. Do you think the more you can break them down, the more you can stop them?
Yeah, most definitely. And I feel like someone like Dean Dodge, who won't sort of waver and won't really give up in the fight, he'll take the shots all night long, and we might see it. Yeah.
Well, listen, Aqib, you got pressed for time. I know you got a rush, but listen, thank you so much for this Fight Club TV, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.